Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? Y'all know the count, man. We back again, man. In the Car Chronicles. Y'all know the count, man. Gotta stay out the way, man. We gotta last out here, man. We gotta survive out here, man. Staying out the way is surviving out here, man. I'm letting y'all know now, man. Jump on board, man. Hop on a new wave, man. We not going to jail. How are we corny because we don't want to go to jail, man? We regular dudes that don't want to go to jail. That's what we pushing out here, man. We staying out the way, man. Come on this side, man. We chilling over here. But y'all already know what time it is, man. This story right here I got for y'all, man. This is, we gonna call this, man. He didn't do it. He didn't do it, man. But I can remember, man, being on Sussex, y'all, man. And this was when I was in 2C before I left. You know what I mean? This is kind of before I left to go to Lawrenceville. But I can remember being in a block, man. And for real, the block was cool. You know what I mean? It was a cool block. Everybody in there wasn't kind of like trying to get off Sussex mode. You know what I mean? The pod I was in. But you still had regular dudes. It was a regular pod. You know what I mean? So, like, it was a percentage of dudes that was trying to, like, not get in trouble, not get no charges, not, you know what I mean, not smoking, like, not putting nothing on your window light, nothing like that, because we trying to get to a level 3. And I told y'all to be able to get to a level 3 from Sussex 2, which was a level 4, you must go charge free for a whole year. I'm talking about no infractions. I'm talking about nothing on your light. You get rolled up for that. You get rolled up for any stupid charge and you don't beat the charge, you are stuck on Sussex for another year. So that's how the punishment used to go. So with that being, with that going on, the pod was still a regular pod though. Like, you had regular dudes in there. The gang members was in there. You had Norfolk dudes in there, Richmond dudes in there, and dudes were still doing regular activities. It was just a percentage of dudes that was definitely trying to get off that jump. So the whole time in there, man, it was this kind of like older, he kind of older, man. He was like an older dude, man, but he was like, I don't know if he was mixed with black and Indian, like, but he kind of looked like he was mixed with something, like, you know, but he was black, you know what I mean? He looks like a black dude, but you could tell that he's mixed, but he was probably like in his like middle 40s or something like that. He was a lot older than a lot of the dudes that I was hanging around, you know what I mean? But he's in the block, man. Like, you know, in the past, I've been in the block with him before we was in 4D. Like, he, you know, he was the type of dude, like, I seen him, he didn't really have nothing. He didn't have really nobody sending him stuff. He didn't have a lot going on. He wasn't getting to no bag. He definitely wasn't doing that. He was just a dude in there that was just trying to survive prison. You know what I mean? And he used to make deals with trades with dudes, and for real, I seen that go wrong for him, man. And I seen this dude from Richmond really beat him down. You know what I mean? He got beat down, and then he checked in. You know what I mean? So, like, I knew him from that. So he wasn't one of those, like, dudes that was just all over the place. But now that I'm back in 2C, and I'm about to get ready to get transferred, he's in 2C. So he's in there, and I'm noticing, you know what I mean? He's trying to find his way. You know what I mean? He's trying to find his way. He's trying to, like, you know, just, you know, try to do different things. I see he was back on his old mission, which is selling food. You know what I mean? And for real, like, I was hoping that just stay smooth, because I seen it go ugly for him before. But for real, man, this dude, man, we're going to call him Simeon, man. We're going to call this guy Simeon, man. We'll call him Simeon, man. But for real, Simeon was all right, though. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, he started doing stuff like this. Like, he started opening up his business, and I think he just, you know, like, just, he knew he had to hustle. He knew he had to do certain things, you know what I mean, to survive in prison. So, like, he would do certain things. Like, he started cleaning dudes' shoes. I seen him start doing that. But, like, for real, like, I wasn't even on it like that. Like, you can order your sneakers, but you can't wear them to VI. So it's like you order your sneakers basically just to wear around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you balling in your sneakers or whatever. So, like, I wasn't on it like I needed somebody to keep my sneakers white. But you had dudes in there that did, you know what I mean? So he used to clean dudes' shoes, and I seen that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I ain't knocking for it, because you got to survive in there. Prison is crazy, so you got to get $1 in there, so you can't be mad at no person hustle. So he was cleaning dudes' shoes. So I'll say probably about after like a month or two of that went by, him cleaning dudes' shoes, he kind of like started upgrading, you know what I mean, his hustle. And when I say upgrading, I mean, He went from cleaning shoes to now I started seeing him cleaning dudes' sales. That was kind of like the first time I saw that, because like I seen that kind of like before on social media since I've been out, like people showing people on camera cleaning their sales. But like sometimes I tell y'all, man, like prison is like expensive. It can get expensive, and like you're on your own and you have to take care of yourself. You're the only person that you know that's going to make sure that you can eat. You can't rely on nobody else. Like if you got help from the streets, that's a bonus, you know what I mean? But sometimes that's not even on time. So like dudes in there try to do a lot of different, they create a lot of different hustles, drawing, poetry. Some dudes will write your letter to the girl back in the day. I got a story about that. Let me stop letting stuff out the bag. I leave stuff in the bag, but nah, it's just a lot of dudes in there had a lot of different hustles, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. A lot of dudes had a lot of different hustles. And for real, when I seen Simeon kind of up his hustle, he upped it to cleaning dudes' sales. And like, you know, I didn't look at him different from cleaning dudes' shoes. You know what I mean? Because you got to eat. And I still didn't want to look at him different for cleaning dudes' sales. But like, to see him in somebody's cell, cleaning somebody's cell was wild when I first experienced it. I come down the steps, I look, and I see, you know what I mean? It's like the CO cool with it and everything, because they let him keep the door open. You know what I mean? And I see him in there, and he's on his knees, and he's cleaning dude's floor, you know what I mean, with his hands. And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't knocking him for that either, because that's how we had to clean our floor in prison. Y'all gonna understand, like, they'll give you cleaning supplies, which be a mop bucket and mop and all that, but that junk getting passed from cell to cell. So like, if you want to put that stinky mop in your cell, your cell gonna smell like mildew. So dudes will duck the mop. Dudes will duck the mop and clean the floor with their hands. You know what I mean? Now, I kind of done that at first, you know what I mean? Like I used to do it just like, you know, because I'm a clean freak. So I did that in the beginning. But after a while, I just started like not even really caring about the cell. Still, the cell was clean, but I would just sweep it every day, you know what I mean? Because it just get naturally dusty from the stuff blowing from under your door. So I would just sweep outside, I'll move the boxes, and I'll sweep the cell and clean the toilet every day, you know what I mean? So that's how I cleaned up. I was done with like getting on my hands and knees and all that. Like I was done with that, man. Pause, man. But that's what I seen Simeon doing. I look Simeon and dude's cell. It's this dude. I don't even know what dude was from, but he in this dude's cell. Dude slept like in cell 3. So I'm on the top tier. I'm coming down. You know what I mean? But I'm coming down because I'm in 44 cell this time. I'm in the last cell on the top tier all the way to the right next to the back door. So y'all know I can't be doing nothing illegal right next to the back door. So I'm really in chill, lay back mode around this time in the story. But when I'm coming down the steps, I look and I see a dude, and I know it's Simeon because he look. That's how he look. He wears state clothes all the time. That's him. I knew it was him. I look. He's on his hands and knees in cell 3 cleaning the dude floor. You know what I mean? So the CO closed the doors. The doors closed. I look. They let cell 3 stay open. Simeon in that joint cleaning. You know, he cleaned the floor. I see him after he cleaned the floor. He can't. I guess this is his business tactic. You know what I mean? His business stamp that make dudes deal with him. But after he cleaned dude's floor, I seen him pull his bottle out like he had his own personalized shampoo, and he poured it on dude's floor, and he went back down there again, and it's like he shampooed his floor. Now, like I say, I'm not looking at him like it's crazy because you got to hustle. But at the end of the day, like I'm seeing, like, you know, dudes are so creative, man. You got to eat in there. So I'm more intrigued and amazed than kind of like looking at him like it's crazy. But I seen it. You know what I mean? So that's what he started doing. He started cleaning dudes' rooms. You know what I mean? Like me, I didn't need nobody to clean my room, y'all. For what? I'm not that lazy. You know what I mean? But you will have dudes in there that's, you know what I mean, getting the packages and doing this and doing that. And, you know, they just be like, yeah, clean my cell. You can clean my cell. You know what I mean? Yeah, come on. You want to do it? Come on. What you want? 5 soups. All right, come on. Or whatever his price is. Like, dudes will let him come do it. So I'm watching Simeon, like, dude, this is like, I seen him transform and kind of build up a little bit to like I'll say like he was the pod interior decorator, because like, and I only say that because like he started, like I say, the shampoo was different when I seen him do that. But after the shampoo game, like after he'll like be done with that, he'll let your floor dry, he'll go back in there, then he'll shampoo your toilet. You know what I mean? Toilet looking shiny, you know what I mean? Real nice. Then after that, he'll start like wiping your walls down. He'll wipe your walls down. Then he'll make you and your roommate bed nice and neat. He'll make your bed nice and neat. Then he'll get all your shoes and your flip-flops. And then he'll like kind of have them placed in the back. Like, you know, I'll just have my junks like under my bed. Like just my shoes be right there. He'll have the shoes like off in the corner looking real neat. Like sitting up like they tilting up on the back wall All of them, from the boots to sneakers to flip-flops, in order. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, man, this dude Simeon is the prison interior decorator, or the pod interior decorator. That's what it is. But at the end of the day, this man was grinding, man. Who was I? Like, I'm just joking about it, but he's actually really on his grind. And dudes is letting him do it. Dudes is letting him do it, man. Like, at least a couple times a week. And he got like 3-4 like guaranteed customers of people that's paying him to come clean their sale up. You know what I mean? So he started doing that. You know what I mean? So it was a dude, man. He slept in sales 17. 17 is 16, 15, 16, and 17 is kind of like the sales that is close to the steps. When I be explaining stories on Sussex too. And that's like an area where dudes that hang out at, you know what I mean? Because it's the steps. You have dudes who sleep in those sales right there, hanging out right there. Then you have dudes hanging on the steps. Then dudes will be in front of the steps. That's an area where dudes hang out at on Sussex too, inside the pod. But Simeon continued doing his work. Now, the dude that slept in cell 17, man, he's from Portsmouth, man. I ain't gonna say his name, man. I'm not, but we're gonna call him Steve. We're gonna call him Steve, man. Now, Steve was super cool. Steve was one of those dudes that he won't end up getting the package. You could tell that he got a family looking out for him, because he'll use the phone, go to visit, go to commissary, and he, you know what I mean? He stayed great. His sales stayed full. Not full up like he's strapped to death, but he never ran out of stuff to eat. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell he was one of those type of guys. He worked out a lot. You know what I mean? He mind his business. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? They say he put that work in back in the day. You know what I mean? Now, he done a bid a while ago. They ain't got locked back up kind of like after us. After I got locked. I want to say he got locked up like in 03 or something like that. Now he's back in penitentiary on Sussex too. Now, Steve used to holler at all the young dudes and holler at us and let us know what's going on. Like, he the one was really kind of like happy for a lot of the young dudes like us that was in that was younger than him, basically, that was in that pod at the time, that was getting ready to go to Lawrenceville, because he was like, yo, that's the move, bro. He was like, man, listen, because he came right before his annual, he came to Sussex, then his annual happened, so he stuck. So he basically got to do like a year and change, but he definitely was like, look, I'm getting off this jump too, y'all, that's the move, bro, don't catch no charge. So he was with all that. Like, he was good, he'll talk to us about that, and he was, you know what I mean, I used to rock with him, and for real, man, like, he was different because, you know what I mean? Like, not really different, but I started learning this is how a lot of the Portsmouth dudes my era was when I was locked up. Like, a lot of them used to like listening to like a lot of down south music, especially Cash Money. When Cash Money, they love Cash Money. Now, this is the dudes. I'm not talking about the dudes now from Portsmouth. I'm talking about the dudes in my era. Like, you know what I mean? I'm 40. I'm in my 40s. So I'm talking about those dudes. Man, this is my word. Steve used to love Cash Money. He had all Cash Money junk, but his favorite CD, you know what I mean? His favorite CD was 400 Degrees, the Juvenile junk, man. I'm talking about banger. I'm talking about he used to murder that CD. And like, they'll work out over there kind of by his cell, by the steps, because they doing pull-ups off the steps. So he'll have his door be closed, but he'll have the box in the door, so that it wouldn't be closed all the way, it'll be cracked. And he'll have the music banging, and he'll be banging the 400 Degrees. And I can remember a lot of times that I just been walking laps, and I'll walk by and I'll hear that's you with that big body Benz high. That's you can't keep old lady because you keep your friends high. You got a court high. You got a case for child support high. I know it by heart, but I rock with that though. Juby went hard. Before I left the streets, Juby was smoking the clubs with that. Then Jay jumped on the remix, so I definitely was rocking with that. But I was rocking with Cash Money by this time. You know, this is like 2008. So like, I'm definitely rocking with them. You know what I mean? So he was a real deal fan though. He thought he was original hot boy, like real talk. Like, I used to rock with him super hard, man. You know what I mean? But we wasn't like best of friends, but we used to kick it though. You know what I mean? So Steve, like, he was the type of dude, I would see him clean his cell. You know what I mean? Like, I would never see him, like since dude started with his business, I never seen him, like, kind of, you know, needed him to clean his cell. But Steve started letting the dude Simeon clean his cell. You know what I mean? He started letting him clean his cell. You know what I mean? So Simeon would do his same routine. You know what I mean? Everything straight. Like, the COs, like, even, like, they happy. That's why they letting him do it. I guess he would go to the COs and be like, listen, I need you to please let me do this, man, because I'm not doing nothing wrong. I just don't have nothing. I have no help. I have to clean these cells, man. They paying me to do it. I clean the cells, but I just need you to keep their door open because I don't want nobody to think I'm stealing anything, and I don't want to get locked in their room, or this is what I'm doing. So they'll definitely let you keep your door open for cleaning on Sussex. You know what I mean? Your door can remain open. But at the same time, though, like, this was different. This is another dude that's not in that cell, in your cell, cleaning. So the COs let him do it. You know what I mean? Like, he had the green light to do it. So Simeon started cleaning for bro, man. Like, if for real, I ain't say nothing about it, but I noticed it. I saw it. I'm like, when I seen him behind the steps, the spot where everybody be hanging at, his little 2-3 Portsmouth dudes, some Norfolk dudes, with like a Richmond dude cell was in 15. They'll be close to it by they cell. Like, dudes used to be right there. So when I looked, I seen Simeon over there cleaning the cell. I ain't playing no mind. You know what I mean? I ain't paying no mind. So it used to be dudes, you know what I mean, just back and forth from that area. You know what I mean? Like, he'll have his door open. You know what I mean? He'll leave the music banging in his cell. The shower's probably like a few feet that way. He'll go to the shower after he bang out. His roommate out in the pod doing whatever he doing. You know what I mean? Probably playing dominoes. He'll go to the shower, come back. A lot of stuff is going on, basically, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. A lot of stuff be going on around the time when he's working out, banging his music, Simeon cleaning down. Like, it's just be a lot going on in that spot. So, like, the second time of Simeon cleaning Steve's cell, we chilling. And I'm in the cell, man, and like, they let us out for rec. We come out for rec. I come down the steps, I look. I see Steve talking to Simeon, but like, the way he's talking to him, like, you can tell that it's aggression. I'm just too far. I can't really hear what he's saying. So when I look, as I get slightly a little closer, I hear Simeon saying, man, I don't have it, man. I don't steal. I don't steal, Steve. I don't steal. Steve like, man, listen, man. You got till we come back from child to give me my CD back, man. He was like, nobody went in my cell but you. My roommate ain't do it. He was like, man, listen, if you don't have my CD by the time I come back from child, man, I gotta have you. And I'm letting you know now, Simeon, I ain't trying to hear that because you was the only one in this cell. So his homeboy standing there like, man, he had to do it. Who did it? Well, who did it then? Simeon was like, I don't know. I just cleaned up. I ain't touch your CDs. I didn't touch your CDs. So he was like, man, listen. So Steve had made him like a little homemade CD case holder. You know what I mean? We don't supposed to have these, but there used to be a dude that know how to build it with cardboard. So sometimes we'll be able to, when they pass the toilet paper out, they pass toilet paper out every Monday. So after they pass the toilet paper out, it'll come in a box. So you're supposed to get rid of it. But some dudes will get a hold of the box because any piece of the box, dudes know how to build stuff if they get any piece of the box. So Steve got a dude to build him like a little CD holder joint. And it was like he had it protected because he had like some type of I don't know what, if he had a bunch of CD cleaner parts or whatever, you know, that junk you wipe the CD with the rag. I don't know if he had a bunch of those. He had like 6 slots, but you can fit like 3 CDs in each slot. You know what I mean? He had that kind of protecting, and he used to put a towel over it to make sure his CDs don't get dusty. So I'm assuming that's what he did when Simeon cleaning the cell. Man, so I hear him say that. You know what I mean? I'm just looking like, oh, man, he stole a CD. But these are the things that can happen. You know, you can hustle in penitentiary and have a safe hustle. You can have the safest hustle in the world, but it's still something that can happen behind your hustling because you have to deal with people. Any hustling, you have to deal with people, man. That's the risk you take on anything. I don't care what it is, man. When you hustling, you have to deal with people. So even though he was cleaning sales, he still got to deal with people. The man, Steve, saying the CD missing, man. Like, he mad about it. I never seen him this mad. I told y'all, he's the dude giving us advice. Chill, bro. Get to Lawrenceville. I'm on my way. Now, when somebody steal from you, it brings out the psycho. It brings out the maniac. So I know, bro, mad. I know for a fact he mad. He mad as shit. I know for a fact he mad as a bitch. So Simeon just looking like, he just looking baffled. He's looking like he don't know what to say. Like, and everybody in the pod just looking like, man, what? He stole his CD. So I see another dude that Simeon used to clean up for. You know what I mean? The dude in cell 3. He pull up on Steve. The lady was like, exit for child. I'm like, damn. He pull up on Steve. He like, yo, as we walking, he like, yo, look, man, I don't think Simeon stole your CD, bro. He was like, what CD he stole? He was like, man, somebody stole my 400 degrees, man, my juvie, man. I was like, oh, I'm listening to this, like, I'm eavesdropping here, and I'm like, damn, somebody stole the 400 degrees. I'm like, that's crazy. So the dude was sleeping cell 3. He like, look, man, Simeon been cleaning my cell for the last month and a half, bro, every week. He was like, man, nothing, he never came up missing. He never touched nothing, man. Like, he in and out. Like, he ain't, I don't think he no thief, bro. Man, I ain't telling you this not to do what you do. I'm just telling you because I you know what I mean? I see you angry, man, and I don't know, man. So Steve was like, man, look, man, he was the only one in my cell, man. He got to have my, I'm telling you, man, he gonna have it when we come back because I know he took it. He was like, man, who else took it? He was like, ain't nobody gonna go in my cell. He was like, everybody be right there. Somebody would have seen somebody go right there. I was like, he right. You know what I mean? Like, dudes, I know his homeboys be on point. Like, they ain't, like, I be, even my homeboy ain't around, I'm around my homeboy cell, and every part I done been in, like, I'll be watching stuff for him. This like he'll be watching stuff for me. It's just natural. It's prison instincts. So like I'm feeling where Steve coming from, like, but I still don't want him to mangle goddamn Simeon. I ain't know what to do for real, y'all, but it was just out of my hands, and I'm witnessing this, and I don't even know what to do. But I can't go holler at Simeon, you know what I mean? I don't really rock with him. Like, I just know him from that pod, but I rock with Steve. But it's just a lot going on. When dudes be in that mode, I kind of give dudes space because, like, I want space when I'm in that mode. So he in that mode. Now, we cool, but it's not the moment for me to calm him down. So we go to Child. We come back from Child. We walk in the pod. Simeon sitting at the table with another old head and some other dude, and they sitting there looking like they trying to talk to him like, look, you know what I mean, or whatever the case is. When we come back, that's where he at. Steve comes straight back in the joint. The ladies open the door. The doors open up. Steve go to his cell. Steve going to jump. You know, his cell is right there. It's on the stage. You can see it. Like, you can just look in his cell right there. I look. I see Steve throwing off his blue shirt. He ain't even unbutton that jump. That nigga threw it off his head. Over his head game. He just start. He put on his tank top he be working out on. I see him put on them old ass blue shorts. He grabbed them old ass New Balance. Start tying them shits up. I'm like, damn. I'm like, man, that's crazy, man. Like, that's wild. This word, Simeon was like, man. Simeon got up. I guess the dudes at the table was like, man, you better go holler at him, man. Go holler at him, man. Simeon was like, it was the longest walk of his life because he didn't want to go holler at him because he know that man mind is already made up. But he did it. He got up off the table. He walked. He was like in slow motion. I'm looking at him like, as he walking, he gets to Steve's cell. He get to Steve's cell. Steve said, where my CD at, man? He was like, man, I didn't take your CD. All you seen was all you seen was a body just get snatched into another cell. Like that. Like, it was like, and he got Simeon in the cell, man. And then you seen his two homeboys kind of like cover the cell. And I couldn't see what was going on. But all I heard what was going on. Where my CD at, Simeon? Where my CD? I don't got your CD. Where my CD? I don't have it. I don't have. Man, get your ass out my cell. You better have my CD, man. You better have my CD, man. I'm telling you, man. You got my goddamn CD. Nobody else came in here. I was like, that's when I saw. I was like, man, I gotta holler at him, man. Look, nigga, Simeon come up out the jump before he leave. He gave him another two. Pop. He come out the cell. He like, this homeboy push him, man. Where the CD at, man? He was like, man, I don't got the CD, man. I never seen Simeon look this scared. The man that looked scared as shit, y'all. I'm talking about like extra scared. Like, he was like, I don't have it. When he told Steve, he was like, I don't have it. I don't have the CD. I don't have the CD. Dude was like, nah, you got that goddamn CD, man. Nigga was like, matter of fact, man, hey, yo, I know, man, for real, ain't nobody coming in cell, man. Ain't nobody coming back here. So the Richmond dude, they right there, they like, yo, nigga stealing? Like, yeah, nigga, goddamn, my CD come up missing after this nigga cleaned up earlier, man. You know what I mean? I went and get in the shower. That's, you know what I mean? He was like, man, that nigga, man, shit, somebody stole it. Then nigga like, man, this shit crazy. Like, he got it. So he was like, man, Steve was like, man, I'm about to just go to the hole, bro. I'm about to just snap. I was like, yo, Steve. He was like, what's up? I was like, yo, come here, bro. He was like, he walked away. I was like, yo, hey, listen. I said, man, you think Simeon done that shit, bro? He was like, man, that nigga just took that ass whooping, man. Like, I don't know, man. I was like, man, for real, like, bro, he might ain't do it, bro. He was like, well, who did it then? I was like, I don't know. I said, I didn't know nobody that's in here that be stealing. I didn't know, bro. I don't know. Nobody's shit never came up missing. You know what I mean? I said, but for real, you say he was the only nigga in your cell? He was like, yeah. I was like, none of your homeboys was in your cell? He was like, nah, he was the only one. He said, man, this shit was slick. He said, man, when I moved the tower to go grab a CD, he said, look, it's missing. It's missing, bro. He said, I see the slot missing, bro. The CD is gone. He said, the nigga had to take it and sell it, man. He said, man, this nigga cleaning cells. Weezy, who else gonna do it? I said, man, this nigga is on some, like, he need every dollar counts. But he has, like, created a lane. He's created a lane. Simeon created a lane for himself. So I'm looking at it like, this supposed to be nothing. Like, this supposed to be something that, like for real, bro, you supposed to, man, stand here and watch me clean. You know what I mean? Don't go nowhere because I don't want to be accused for nothing. This is what you have to put insurance on that type of business in penitentiary because anything can happen. Steve like, man, listen, man, Weezy, I feel you. But, like, for real, if I don't beat it out on, man, like, for real, anybody that came in my cell done that, man, they can have it, man. But it's his fault, man. He was the last person in there. He know how that go. You already know how that go, bro. I'm like, yeah, he was the last one in there. I was like, bro, I just don't want to see you snap out like you be telling us not to snap out, bro. You know what I mean? You be telling us not to snap out, bro. you know, we trying to get to Lawrenceville, all this. He was like, I feel that, bro. My CD, niggas stole my CD. I was like, bro, listen, bro, you do what you gonna do. But bro, I just had to come holler at you. You know what I mean? I was like, I understand. I done been in this predicament. Like when there's nobody can really tell you what to do. You can't really bargain or negotiate or listen out, hear anybody out when you're angry like this. So I've been in this position before. So Steve, he leave. You know what I mean? He peeled off. He went still by his side, talking to dudes, and he looking around. I could see him kind of like thinking though, like, did he do it? Kind of looking. But who did it if he did? It's the question. That is the question. If he didn't, who did? I said, man, this shit crazy, man. Like it was going on. It was in the pod. Like the tension was different in there. Like everybody know what was going on now. Like it didn't hit the pod. Everybody listening, watching, seeing what's going on. They talking. Everybody's doing this. So I started thinking to myself, like, damn, like this is, you know what I mean? Like this is crazy right here, man. Like this is wild. Like for real, man, because Simeon took 2 ass whoopings. He hasn't been out. He went straight to his cell after that last ass whooping. He's in the cell. You know what I mean? I see a couple dudes go up there and holler at him. Then I look up, I see Steve go back up there again. You know what I mean? Steve talking to him. When I look, Steve he done wrapped like the sock around his wrist. You know what I mean? Like he in straight kickboxing mode now, like the junk going over his thumb. You know what I mean? He wrapped up. You know what I mean? I'm like, he ready to kick Simeon ass again. So he up at Simeon's cell talking to him. You know what I mean? Talking to him. I'm like, damn, man. Spare him, man. Like, you done whooped his ass twice, bro. Like, he really ain't got it. Is he that desperate to really hold 400 degrees? I know 400 degrees is a classic, but is it worth an ass whooping like that? I don't know if it is, man. But at the end of the day, man, the man CD missing, so he got to handle it how he gonna handle it, man. The lady say, celebrate! Simeon come to the door. You see him. He come to the door. He looking. Steve like, yo, man, me holler at you, man. He like, man, for what, man? He like, man, bring your ass down these steps, man. I want my fucking CD, man. I'm like, shh. He was like, Simeon was like, man, I don't got your CD, man. He was like, man, you better come down these steps, man. I'm not fucking playing with you, man. What the fuck wrong with you, man? You gonna give me my shit, or you gonna tell me who you sold my shit to? Simeon was like, man, I don't want to, man. He was like, man, come on, man. Simeon started walking a little bit. He started walking. They get to like the middle of the steps. They coming down. Almost get down to the end of the steps. Right when they got to the end of the steps, man, this nigga Simeon just like, I don't know what was his plan, but he should have done it earlier. But he was probably just this spooked and scared, just trying to make a play because he has checked in before. He has got his ass whipped before, so he has all type of tactics to escape anything. You know what I mean? They coming down the steps, man. This nigga Simeon he pushed Steve. Man, he pushed Steve, man. Steve, old workout nigga. Steve, he could have tripped on that last step. And then it'd have been wipeout. He would have took a wipeout. Steve, he gathered. That's what I call it. That's what it looked like because he caught that right foot and he gathered himself. He went that way a little bit though. He turned around. He was like, mother. As soon as he turned around, nigga, Simeon tried to run that way towards the bull. He grabbed that nigga Simeon. He was like, man, he grabbed that nigga by the back of his shirt, man. Simeon was like, that shit was funny as hell because he was still kind of running as he got his shirt. Man, he grabbed that nigga. He slammed that nigga hard as a boom. That nigga hit the ground. He's like, man, where the fuck my CD at, man? Where my shit at? He got on top of that nigga. Simeon was like, oh God, he just start pounding that nigga. Push, push, push. The lady was like, y'all better stop. He like, push. They kind of far though. He punishing her. Push, push. She hit that jaw. Boom. It was like, oh shit. Goddamn, he grabbed that nigga. She was like, stop. He grabbed that nigga and kind of like shielded himself. The lady hit it. Boom, boom. Simeon catch a straight. Ah. You hear him say, ah. She like, stop, stop. Police running that jump. Police coming that jump. Stop, what's going on? She was like, them two right there. Them two right there. They running there. Grab them niggas. Grab them niggas up, man. That's word. They grab them niggas up, man. They came in there and grabbed Steve, man. I watched Steve leave. I'm like, this shit, wow. Like, damn. I mean, 400 degrees is worth kicking somebody's ass over, you know, and he stole it. So that makes it even worse. So it was justified, bro. Like, I understand, bro. You ain't, you know, maybe it's gonna take you longer to get to Lawrenceville to a level 3. But at the end of the day, somebody had to get thrashed for that shit. So I feel him. I feel where he was coming from. You know what I mean? But it was just wild knowing that I really thought Simeon didn't do this shit. I thought he didn't really do this shit, y'all. So Let's fast forward the tape real quick. Fast forward the tape. I get to Lawrenceville. Man. It's my word. I get to Lawrenceville. I'm in 30 building. I run across the nigga. It's the nigga that was goddamn Steve roommate. He's in the honor pod. And this is how crazy and small the world is. And this is how the universe works. You know what I mean? But it's so crazy. He's in the honor pod. The barber from the honor pod is the guy that's holding my phone. This guy been in that honor pod for like a year and a half and I haven't seen him, you know what I mean, since I've been in that building, because dudes over there be so ducked off on Lawrenceville. Like it's an honor pod. They ducked off. They got everything they need. Ain't nobody in there broke. Everybody got jobs. Dudes in there getting high. They ducked off over there because they're not trying to mess up the honor pod. So I didn't even know this guy I'm about to talk about was over there, man. Shit was so crazy, but the world is so small, man. Like the dude that's holding my jack, he was the barber in 32 pod. The barber, he works out in the hallway. So I would have to go out in the hallway to get my jack. You know what I mean? Like from dude, that's how we'll play it off. Like, you know what I mean? Like he can call anybody he wants. He can call the booth and be like, yo, can you send such and such out of this pod to the barber shop and the lady of the center? Like with no questions asked. And I don't care if you went yesterday, the day before, whoever he called, he can get him down there. So that used to be me and his play for me to get the jack. So I go to the barber shop to get the jack. You know what I mean? I'm in there. I walk in the junk. I see dude, he in the chair. You know what I mean? But like I'm looking like, damn, bro, you know what I mean? Why the hell you told me come in here and somebody in this barber shop? That's how I'm looking at the dude that hold the jack. So he pinned my look and was like, nah, this is my roommate, Weezy. This is my roommate. You good? He good. You know, bro, he good. He good. I'm like, because I never saw his roommate. He just told me his roommate was cool. I see the dude. I look. I was like, oh shit. I ain't gonna say dude name, but he was from Portsmouth. And he was Steve's roommate. You know what I mean? But I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. I was like, you beat me up here. He was like, I think, bro. He was like, I've been up here since I think he said February. So I was like, yeah, I think I got there like May or June, one of the two. I was like, yeah, bro, that's crazy. 09. You know what I mean? So he like, yeah, I've been chilling, bro. You know what I mean? I've been up here for a minute now. Like, damn, you ain't never heard from Steve? He was like, man, I ain't really fuck with him like that, man. I was like, why? I thought y'all was cool. He was like, man, hell no, man. He was like, man, I hooked that nigga up with my sister, man. He was like, man, that nigga was on some old bullshit, bro. Like, I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, he one of them niggas, bro. Like, we was cool, and we from Portland. Like, I ain't fuck with that nigga like that. So I'm like, damn, that shit crazy. So I won't even, it's been years. I won't even think about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't been years, but it's 09. You know what I mean? So like, it's been kind of like, it's been a little time. So it's been a little time, you know what I mean? Not a long time, but a little time. So I stopped thinking about the CD or what was going on. So the building was sweet one day, y'all. The building was dumb sweet. The dude that hold the jack, he's not working this day. I want to say this was like a Labor Day, Memorial Day, one of these holidays that we got an extra day and the police won't really like, everybody was there, niggas running around. It's a visit day. There's all type of stuff going on. Dude, he sent a message, yo, tell Weezy, come over here. It's good. Come over here. This 229 over here. I'm like, bet. So I shoot over there, y'all. The dude that's the barber, he be making wine and everything. So they got wine and all that shit. That's why I really was going over there. I get over there, I get to his cell. I open the door. Guess what CD they banging? That's you with that big body Benz, huh? That's you can't keep old lady because you keep fucking her friends, huh? You gotta go to court, huh? You got a case for child support, huh? You got the nerve, huh? They banging it. I'm like, go ahead, man. I said, yo, bro. I said, man, go ahead. I walked in, I heard it. I was like, hey, man. He was like, you will pay for chasing. You got your block on fire. I said, man, petty bitch, bro. I said, bro, you a petty motherfucker, bro. You like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I said, but now he let him scrape Simeon like that, though. He like, man, fuck Simeon, too. He was like, I ain't never want that nigga to come in and clean our cell. What the hell I look like? I was like, so that was Steve's idea? He was like, you know I want my idea. I was like, damn. I was like, that shit crazy as a bitch, man. But that shit was wild, man. That shit was a wild, crazy story, man. Simeon actually didn't do it, y'all. That was that was wild. When I see it do it in Lawrenceville, I couldn't believe it. That was wild, man. But that's the end of the damn story. Y'all know the count, man. In the Car Chronicles, man. Y'all already know what we do, man. We staying out the way on this channel. Like, share, and subscribe on this channel, man. Please. If you're not following me on IG, man, follow me on Instagram, man, at stayingoutthewaytre, man. We active over there. Come rock with me over there, man. I need my people from YouTube over there. Come holler at me, man. Other than that, man, y'all stay your ass out the way, man. Y'all already know the count, man. We be back again, man.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.